Perhaps this is a long situation here, but we need to be waiting. We got 4 more minutes to close. How are we looking at Sui? Not the greatest. We have been retesting the highs here. Now, if I'm correct, I can go back here. Oh. Yeah, promotion. So this time it got approved. Okay. We could be looking for a short. Sorry, a long. However, yeah, that's what I thought. No long. No long. How are we looking at Bitcoin at the moment? Look at how nicely this rejection is here. Yeah, we got 2 lives at the moment. We got a portrait one and we got a normal one. Okay. Now, I shouldn't have any problems with my YouTube live stream. Because right now I'm using the no copyright music. Hopefully. However, I did forget to get myself a drink when I went to the restroom. Bearish, looking for confirmation. I think all of you can see this. I need to have this tinier. I'm restarting the polls, guys. Where will Bitcoin go to? I don't think I can make a poll on TikTok, can I? No. Hourly is looking strong, 15 minutes looking strong with a very nice retest on the lowest part. Potential long here. Aiming would be right over there at least. Out on Sui. It's just the first minute, guys. Not convinced enough to enter a long here. Very choppy. Right here as well. I mean, I did mention before that I will be taking a long, maybe from over here. No trade, no trade. Ideally would be for me, especially in this bearish downtrend here, is to get into a short right here. Where, like on the hourly here, we got rejected. Right here we have no confirmation at all. I wish to get a retest on the 50-minute. Right there. Then rig our entry through. And then dump like to 0 or something. Your action figures are cool. I look like your stream. Thank you, Sammy. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. So yes, could be a potential long here. However, it's risky. Why is it risky? Because we are trading against a trade. Trading against a trend here. We have a clear downtrend with lower highs. On the locally part, yes, we have a big uprising trend line here. However, I am not convinced here. We're in the middle where it can say, okay, from here we're going towards the downside. That's just a fact. Like, if you're right in the middle, don't trade it. Right here, I also need confirmation. Because if we have one massive candle right here, if I have one massive candle right here, I won't be going into a short. Because then I might be looking for a entry on the higher part. Roughly about over here. How long have you been how long have you been streaming for? Sorry, I messed up. I've been streaming for, well, this is my first day streaming. However, I have been making videos on learning how to start crypto from the beginning, if you know what I mean. Where I basically talk about the basics, market structure, trend lines, all that stuff. risk management. And from there I want to be making more videos like live sections maybe. I love what you're doing and I'm going to learn stuff from you. Thank you. I appreciate it, Sammy. In the comments down below there's a Discord if you want to join. All of the stuff is right there. It's all for free. Here, I'll just drag it along here. Where over here I'm sharing all of my TAs. Like, you don't need any subscription or anything, you can just join it. Oh wait, you can't see that? Hold on. Let me confirm this real quickly. Yeah, so over here, whenever you join the Discord, you need to verify yourself. Just press this, read the rules, press the checkbox, and then eventually, yeah, you can learn and see all of the stuff. Here I got the beginner videos basically, leverage, and all those, like the last three are still going to be made. But here is all the TAs that I share, and I'm just being transparent about anything. If you want to know more, this is a previous statement that we took, where I even went down into it right over here. Yeah, no need for any more proof because you can see it right there. Alright. You think that the price will be going down towards 54k? Sammy? Sui, I'm not very sure. If I'm bearish about it, then I will be looking to maybe look for a short over here. But again, it's risky here. Because if Bitcoin has a pump up, Sui will most likely respond as well, but then in a bigger time frame. Hope you make your dreams come true. Thank you, Sammy. Appreciate it. Alright guys, I'm going to make a quick sandwich for myself. This is a potentially short entry. I'm not going to be taking it right away. Possible short setup here. Just be right back, maybe like 5 minutes or so. Back in 5 minutes. I'm back. Hmm. It's good that we didn't take that long entry right over there. That's what I said. Don't risk it. Don't trade against the trade. The trend line. we go. $11.37. Yeah. Okay. We got our confirmation here. Close below. Retest over here. Go down. Simple as that. This middle Bollinger, we're most likely start doing something like this. Based on the middle Bollinger, we can decide, just like over here, if we want to step into that short position, yes or no. But I need confirmation. Come on, drop it. Give me a lower low. We were bearish on the top side, that's correct. We have lower highs here. Why is this lower, by the way? There we go. Give me a lower low, and then we can continue. Suey, what are you doing, bro? Suey's going. That's the weirdest stuff, right? For Suey, I'm kind of bearish for it to possibly have a bounce from over here. There is a nice nice level in this zone. It's just a very nice level. Are you going to get back up from here? That can only happen if Bitcoin is faking us out and then continue waiting. That's possible. We can't get a fake out. We can't get a liquidity sweep here. We need to be careful on that one. Why do I say it like this? Because people are sometimes opening a long from this gap over here where it had that response. They put their stop loss right here. Okay. And often price hits that stop loss, gives us a liquidity sweep. It's sweeping the liquidity, it's sweeping the stop loss people, and then price continues back up. That could be the fake out. You can also have a situation or the confirmation that, let's say, yeah, we're breaking this trend line now. I'm going short to go down. What happens? Strength is missing and you get stopped out. So you need to wait and see what is happening with the important line here. We got 2 more minutes. We have time enough. Trading is waiting. If this, then that. What is hyping doing lately? Am I seeing some sort of a head and shoulder here? Potentially over here. This is on the daily though. Could be the play. Could be. No trade. See, still no confirmation. How's the hourly looking on Weldingmore? Hourly is saying down. 4 hour. So on the 4 hour, we are currently heading towards the middle Bollinger to retest it, and then maybe continuation up. And why do I say it like so, like that? It's simple. Live stream. It's pretty simple because all this time, whenever we crossed the 4 hour right over here, price went down and down and down. Now we are seeing some sort of a strength position, like there's strength over here for Bitcoin. And what happened? We crossed the middle Bollinger and eventually pushed through towards the top, and from there we have a tiny rejection. What is most likely to happen now? Retest on the middle Bollinger and maybe continuation up. This is the aim. 67 67 is a aim for the 4 hour to break at least, and from there you have this circle over here, so you need to see something like this in order for Bitcoin to get back up here. Is this the bottom? I don't think so. I think that maybe we will still go up a bit and then dump further. And also on the RSI, right now we are forming a bearish divergence over here. Keep that in mind as well. For now, wait. Alright, so 15-minute guess got past. We didn't make that lower low yet, but we still have another candle that maybe can do it. But you see that there's a lot of buy pressure here. Well, not a lot compared to these two. Still waiting. Oh. And this could be the fake out that I was talking about. For people that go short here. They go short right over here because the candle closes below the trend line. However, your trend line could be wrong a bit. Even mine could be wrong a bit. You can also say, if you put it on the closed ones, that we're still in. Maybe this is it already, like the better part. Touch, 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 touch. This could be still the bullish part here. Could be. Siri, what are you doing? To enter in a long here, I'm not confident enough. We got this, we got this, we got this, all high. Maybe the new high or low. No, not doing it. Still waiting. For me to jump into a long here, I need to see a couple things. I need to see this green Bollinger changing into the green side. I need this to be doing the same, and this to be doing this. Then also I need to see the RSI moving up, at least above, let's say 20. So let's say above here. Then maybe I will be looking to long. But for now, no confirmation yet. Waiting. Because this could still be the play. It could still be the play that from here we go go long, break this trend line, and even continue further up. That's still possible. It's still possible, guys. Where would we be aiming to? Let's grab the 1 hour gaps. Still possible, possible. We could potentially go and break, slowly hit that gap. Because from here we're still uptrending. This could go and push maybe something like this. Bang. Could be the play. And in that case, right now, still strength. We got 8 minutes left for the hour candle. 8 minutes left. No changes yet. Siri looking strong? Oh yeah, it is. See how this Bollinger right over here is changing? So at first, right over here, the Bollinger is starting to open up. This means that price can continue going that way. You can look it over here. Price is going up, price is continuing towards the downside. So whenever Bollinger is opening up from both sides, price can potentially go down or go up very impressively. Like, I don't have to show it. It's just facts. But I'm not trading on an indicator. I'm trading market structure. And this indicator is just helping me. Alright, so this can be gone. This one can be gone. I'm seeing strength here. Not enough yet. Come on, RSI. Hourly RSI, we could potentially go down hard here. If that's the case, shorting over here is even risky, because we still have the potential of it going back towards the middle or even break out towards the upside. No trade. What? Where? Four minutes left. I need to make a phone call real quickly. And then I'm back in a few. So I'm just going to be muting my microphone real quickly. I am back, guys. Sorry for the muting. What is going on? I did see some chats. You think Bitcoin down to 50k, Solana 20, Ethereum 120, pumping market? Yeah, I think before pumping market we have very bit downside. Obviously, right now there isn't a bottom. And welcome back, by the way. Let me just hide this real quickly for you. And right now, there isn't really a nice bottom where Bitcoin is able to get back from. Yes, we did make a lower low compared to the previous low. However, I think, and the same with Fibonacci and golden pockets and all that kind of stuff, a lot of analysis have been made where I think eventually that we can see Bitcoin price going back towards 56, maybe 52. So let's say in between 54. But also from there we need to see a response. We need to see strength happening. We need to see that it wants to go, because we got a couple daily, what's this? Yeah, so we got a couple daily gaps laying around over here where I think that it could be hit if we lose 60.6k. Oh, this is the Fibonacci, by the way. If we look at the weekly, we got 57, and on the daily we got 54.7. So I think it's roughly still below over here. And if you are going to be comparing it with EMAs, different EMAs from the past, you can see that there are about 4 lines, and right now it's at the bottom of a first line, where obviously it's showing some sort of a strength. However, in a bull market, in a bearish market right now, it's potentially able to be coming right over here and then push up further, roughly, basically. But yeah, how are we looking here? What has been happening? Live stream, get it back on. Siwi. I want to see Siwi push towards over here. What are your thoughts on Aloe? Aloe? I have no clue what Aloe is. Let's look on Aloe. And this is how I always go over coins. Purely on this, I'm not interested. No data. It has started on 11th of November. Just one day after the crash. Okay. And it has been going up and up and up on the daily. So there's no much information on it. We have potentially a high right there, or like a gap. Did we already hit that gap? No, not yet. Okay. However, we did hit this gap. Let's zoom in a bit more. So you got a 1 hour gap right here, and you got a 1 hour gap right there. Actually, 2 of them real quickly tied to each other. Hold on, real quick. I need to check if Siwi is going great. Green candle, nice. I like that close. That's a good close. Not seeing Bollinger changing a little. However, it's not going down as straight as before. That's great. All right, back to Aloe. So we did check the 1 hour on Aloe, right? So if the first 2 gaps already got closed by the 1 hour, meaning that these 2 will be gone. So you got 1 hour gap right here, which is still able to be closed. just going to be adding in some 1 hour gaps here. And these gaps are basically a start of an impulse. You can say like it's a fair value gap. However, a lot of the times big impulses up and down will be tested. So right over here, this one got fully tested. And this is a bad example to show you because there's not much data, but on Bitcoin I can show you in a bit as well. So there's a couple couple gaps laying around over here. So if I mark them all as a 1 hour gap, create it in a group, make that group 1 hour gap. Then let's look on levels. These are rough levels though, so let's check the rest of them here. Alright, some nice touches here. Nice touch here. That's okay. Okay, so these we can call levels. I mean, it's still uptrending, but getting it onto the train now, you're late. These two are two trend lines. Getting into the train now is pretty late. You have your higher high here, you have your higher low here, you have your higher high here, higher low. Then you have your higher high again, higher low again. Look at the difference here. Look on the big difference over here and then right over here. It's very close to each other, meaning that momentum could be changing here soon. Could we potentially still go up like this? Yes, 100%. And maybe get a reversal right over here and continuation down. That's possible. But whenever a coin is up this far compared to what it was in before, I can call it a risky coin. But I didn't trade LO before, so I can't really say about it. Okay, cool. Let me see what Bitcoin is doing at the moment. Alright, so last 90 minutes, Bitcoin is struggling. However, we are accepting the trend line still. But we need to see some sort of reversal here. Some sort of reversal to maybe even break this trend line continuation up. Hello, 50 minute. How easy does it look on the 50 minute? Let me see. Is it accepting the Bollimers? That's my question. Now this would have been a very nice long entry here. If you're in a long from over here, you got a very nice position. Still making higher highs, higher lows here. So that's good. Got another one right over here. Why it's currently going back down, you don't know, because there is no data. Like the previous data, there's barely any data. On Bitcoin, you have a couple of years worth of data where you can say, okay, maybe from here we're going to reverse a little. This could be the play here. Create a higher high. And eventually it can push all the way up towards the 1 hour gap that I just shown you. Could be the play, but you need to be monitoring this trend. Oh, monitoring this trend line. Are we still accepting the highs and the lows? As we speak, massive dump here. Like this dump already is like 6.8%. That's insane. That's insane. For a candle like this in the 50-minute, never mind even the 3-minute, never mind even the 1-minute. You can't trade on this. However, enter that long here. No, kidding. Could be a potential long though. Let's long this, yeah? I will be aiming for a new high, so I'm going to put it up there. Could be a continuation down for the dump though. Keep that in mind. And what do I mean with this? It didn't swap the lows over there on the wick, but it did right over there. Sweep and go. Maybe. Maybe. Come on, Suey. See again how Bitcoin accepted the 5-minute Bollinger. Come on, dump. I mean pump. The 5-minute Bollinger also looks very nice on Suey. However, I trade on the 50-minute, as you can see right over here. I still need to see some sort of reversal here happening together with Bitcoin. Get your strength together and push, baby. Right now, this needs to be breaking. Not looking great. Ryoshi Sako, if you're still here, did this answer your question? What my thoughts on LOR? Like, it's uptrending still, but be careful whenever you're in this coin. If you're in a long, if you're in a very nice long from over here, pay yourself a bit, bro. It's okay to pay yourself a bit. Because a dump like this is freaking crazy. Look at this, bro. 15, 30, 45 minutes, a dump of 36%. These are coins that I don't wish to touch, basically. Thanks for the analysis. You got any more coins, Rio? If you have any more coins, feel free to add them in. Short on near. I'm not sure if I have short. If I have near, I think I looked at it before. You're short on near, yeah. USDT. Let's see. I'm using the OKX currently. I used to do the Binance or the whatever, but recently I've been trading on OKX and it's more up to date for me. Daily again. Let's look. You're short on near. From where, if I may ask? Uh, 218. Alright, let me just add that in real quick here. It's easier. 218. Did you enter the short over here or over here? Number 1 or number 2? Or number 3 if it's way before. And in the meanwhile, I'm going to be doing some linings. You should have entered the short over here, mate. Oh, number 1, that was right over here. Okay, that says to me that you were entering this short right over here purely because you see that dump. Is that correct? Which says to me that it's a guess, and I hope it's not a lot of money, but right now you're still profitable, which is good. But for how long, right? Let's take this trend line. You're up on a nice trend line. You got a higher. You got a high and you got a higher high right over here. Locally, this is very nice. This is a downtrend. Obviously, you got a new high, higher low. You got your high and then big dump. Targeting $2. That's doable. That's doable. I will be aiming for 0.9, bro. You need to be, and I don't mean it in a cocky way. Yes, it's possible that this trend got broken. You gotta break, you gotta retest. This will be my short entry. It's a good short that you have, but right over here it's not a good short. If you were looking at the chart, you see a trend like a tiny uptrend. You see it breaking down. You see a very nice retest on the high. That will be your short entry. Your aim right now could be lower indeed, yes. You could be looking to potentially see this happening. But to where? You can say it can go to 1.9.0. You can say it will go right towards over here. However, if you're being realistic, you're seeing right over here is some sort of a level, right? You see over here, price had a bounce as well. And maybe this is also adding to it. I think 2.03 would be a very nice point for you to take at least some profits. It's not financial advice, but that's what I would do. Because if you're always trying to get the max and it's just not reaching it, you're losing the money. Okay? Or what you could be doing, since this is a breakout retest entry to short, from this position maybe you can manage your risk by putting it into profit. So whenever price pushes, because if it's failing to make a lower low here, price will do this. Okay, so you need to pay attention to this line. So let's call this important. It's an important line because we need to see it break and make that new lower low. Because if I'm going to be diving, oh, let me just hide this real quickly. If I'm going to be diving in the 50-minute, sorry, I just needed the zip there. If we are going to be diving into the 50-minute, you see that we got this nice market structure happening, right? But from here, oh, so we can draw a line from over the last 2-3 points. From over here, we can say this is a trend line. Okay, this is your uptrend. It's not always as nice as you think. However, this is the uptrend. You broke through the uptrend. It was important to break below over here. That was the important line basically. This is an indication that price is going to get back to the bottom. Okay, so you got your first lower low, and now you need to make sure that you get a lower high. Well, draw a line over here. You got your lower high. Indication, confirmation. Okay, so this will be your setup. Could be over here on the tiny gap. Could also be right over here at the top over here, where starting from this wick, you can see you got a 50-minute level. Okay, stop loss could be over here, could also be over here. In this case we can drag it over there. Our aim, you got a gap right here. You got a gap right here, right here, and right here. This could be hit, maybe. The chances of it hitting this is way bigger, you see? Because what you need to see next is a lower low, a retest maybe, and then continuation down until you get your first higher low, higher high, sorry. Keep it basic with market structure. There is some delay on YouTube, so if this helped you on your position, I hope I did help you. However, you are in from 1.8, right? 2.18. Hey babe. So yeah, the short over here could be the play. I would be aiming. You could be aiming for 1.98. Realistically, I would be happy with a close over here. If I trade with a time, like with a leverage of 10, this trade itself would have been a 60% trade for me. But then I need to see this happening, right? I would be happy with the setup over here. And if you're shorting, are you shorting with leverage as well? Hey Karma. Yo, dat is raar om te zeggen. Let's see, by the way, Bitcoin, how are you holding? Bitcoin says down. You're with a 5x leverage. I take the target that I just shared you, times 5, is a 30% level. It's a 30% short profit. I think you shouldn't be you're short from over here. Imagine that you were short from over here. Oh. Short from over here and you didn't cash out over here with the 15% times 5. This would have been a 75% short trade, bro. Am I correct? Yeah. This is realistic. This, I'm not sure if it's going to be reaching it because you have this upward trend line. This trend line starting from May. Yeah. What's up, loco? You got a different coin as well, Ryo? We need to see this Bitcoin strength again. Once we see strength on Bitcoin here, form that double bottom, we could potentially go up and break this trend line here. However, if we don't, and we break below the trend line, and we break below the important line, means that we have a lower low, means that we could potentially go down. To enter a long or a short on Sui? I'm not sure. But we need to be waiting on Bitcoin, what he's doing. I'm seeing like there's so much strength in here. What is the RSI saying today? What is RSI saying to us? So earlier this stream, I was talking about that we need to see some sort of a rising on the RSI for us to get into the long here. This is just the beginning. However, if we have a tight stop loss here, 0.8%, we can probably maybe aim for here on 0.5%. Come on, BD. Sui is doing okay. We need Sui to break this high. Sorry, to break the trend line here. And then also make a higher high. And like win the middle ball. We could be aiming for a good long. How can I turn off the notifications on WhatsApp? Slow market today. Holy damn. No trade. Not enough strength. There is strength here. It's trying to get back from the trend line. But it's also fighting with the important line over here now. Can I turn off notifications somewhere? Turn off all notifications. Thank you. Oh, Bitcoin. Come on. So this trade was still possible. Push, baby. Push, baby. uh, look at Sui, guys. What the fuck? Alright, I'm not gonna lie. I was in a long over here. Sorry, right over here. And we were in the minus for quite some time. I need to wait for more confirmation. So what I did, as soon as I hit break even, I got out. And that's simply whenever you are in a bad market or price is not doing what you want to do, get out, aim for a better entry. This morning we got out at middle ball and I needed patience. Right now I was here in an entry. I got out over here. It would be funny if price will go up now. This was my original TP that I had set. So let's say right over here, TP right over there. Let's see if it would have been hit. And why over here, guys? That is pretty simple. This is realistic. Okay. Combine it with this over here, and a dump over here. Then this location right over here is a very realistic TP. Take profit. However, it just needs to wick through, because this middle Bollinger is showing us some sort of a resistance. So the best realistic TP would have been maybe over here now. But you always need to aim for a little bit more. Just a little. For those that did took my long position from this setup, this is your aim. Or there. For now, we just need to wait furthermore. Here's your confirmation. Get a close above here and you're good. You got one more minute. If this candle will now Yeah, it needs to close above here, and then the next goal is to go and hit that middle Bollinger. That's its goal, basically. We got a good close on Sui. Good close on Sui, nicely there. It did touch the middle Bollinger. Watch how it will pop that TP and then go back down again. Welcome to Sui, guys. Bitcoin position looks okay. There's too many sellers here. Store Arc Raider. Too much sell pressure here. 5 minutes is winning here. See how on the 5 minute the top Bollinger just rejected it so hard. Same for Bitcoin here. Holy crap. Let it breathe though, let it breathe. Because you also see maybe 15 minutes? No. You're not seeing much changing. Bitcoin is still looking downwards here. Okay, I'm going to be removing this long position. There. It is not convincing enough for me. Yeah, it's convincing enough to me. It's still done trending, so. Yeah. There we go. Uh, it's not looking good for Bitcoin. We'll most likely go and try to break this low. Make a lower low. That's been battling here for an hour now, maybe 2 hours even. Yeah, almost 2 hours now it has been battling. No trade. Sui, no trade anymore as well. Too much sell pressure. Most likely that price will could potentially go towards here. 60.6 now. If we're not finding enough strength, then it won't go up. Oh. Let's look on gold. If the market structure works on gold as well. I mean it does, but differently. Maybe could you say this is happening? That would be meaning that price will go down 100%. Well, not 100%, but could be. This is the bearish divergence. I mean, we are bearish, so. Alright guys, I'm convinced. I'm going to be buying Arc Raiders. Fuck it. View my card. Continue to payment. Too many of my friends are playing this game, so I have to. Yes, I accept the terms. Oh, that's not for you guys. Because with Bitcoin going to be breaking it down here, we could potentially have to wait for quite some time. And what is better than just to wait? Well, gaming. Well, I did get it. Hold on. It is library. Arc Raiders. Install. Install. Accept. Installing. How long will it take for me to download Arc Raiders? Oh, 5 minutes. Oops. Ooh. What is this for a close, guys? Holy. I'm not sure. This is a very, 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 very tiny lower low. I need more. What's it called? I need to be convinced more. Yeah. And we got a level over here, so come on, give me this could be a fake out, basically. Could be a fake out where now it can go up. Sui is still looking strong. How's Alana doing? I mean, look at how beautiful this trend line is. Like, that's just too good. It looks too good. It is too good. Indication. Because we are consolidating, breaking this trend line. Got our high. This would have been a very nice one. If you're in Solana, you're still making higher high. It's also questionable here. But this was a nice push up, 10% ish. Bitcoin rolling over. Yes, we are. It looks nice as already. Eventually, what my girl and I want to be doing whenever we have a house. Archer is, by the way, ready to play already. Nice. Whenever we have our house, we want to make a room for ourselves, but like have both setups in one room. That's me. Alright guys, so I have been live for 4.5 hours now. We did took the short from over here when we just started. We did took the short. Realistic TP would have been right over here. Eventually it reached all the way over here. Exactly to that level. Is this a 50-minute level, yes or no? Ish. Yeah, I think this level is even better to call. It did came to a 50-minute level of, which is very good to see. Let me just add one more level in between. Right there. Why right there? Because you have this and this. It's fine if it's not like correct right away. And hide your ass. Okay, meaning that I will be closing down the stream. For those that came, welcome. And if you're watching this stream later, I mean, join the link down below for the free Discord community. Whenever you go towards it, then you're able to basically see all of the stuff that I post. All analysis, these are more like spot analysis, where I'm looking to get a where we get the bounce from Ethereum, altcoins, etc, etc. So make sure to check those out. It's all for free. Just link down below. And then I will see you guys later, I guess. Okay. Alright, closing down also streams now. Bye guys.